And welcome to the Orange County Legislatures. This is actually our annual session dated for Thursday, October 6th, 2022. I would ask that we please silence all cell phones and any electronic devices that you may have, and please stand and join me in a moment of silence and a pledge to the flag. Okay. Will the clerk please call the roll call, please?
Fagione? Paduk?
Here.
Here.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney?
Here.
Ellers? Hines?
Here.
Lujan? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Sierra? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli?
Okay. I
18
would
present,
ask
3
that,
absent.
I'm sorry?
18 present, 3 absent.
Okay, great. Thank you. I would please ask the Majority Leader, Tom Fagione, and Minority Leader, Michael Paduk, to please join me at the podium, along with Kellyanne Coastal-Laurier, who is the Executive Director of Fearless Hudson Valley. Okay, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us. We have the pleasure of being here this afternoon with Kellyanne and applauding her efforts along with all of the staff and volunteers, and I know you have quite a few volunteers that do such a remarkable job in addressing domestic violence here in Orange County. Later on during our session, you will hear a whole proclamation that will be read by Legislator Tortel, and it will give the statistics, very sadly, of what's happening, not only here in Orange County, but throughout our nation. And we're here this afternoon to offer this proclamation to you, your staff, and the volunteers, as I had said, to thank you for all of your efforts. You reach out to not only the victims of domestic violence, but the families. Families that are torn apart by this type of action and this type of violence. And you make a difference with hope and assisting with programs, education, and you do a remarkable job. And we just want to be here to thank you for all that you've done for the residents of Orange County. Thank you so much, Kellyanne. Did you want to say anything?
I just want to say thank you. You are there for our citizens, our neighbors, our friends in our communities when they need it the most. And we are so grateful as a legislature and as just neighbors and friends and family members that you and your staff do all that you do to help people when they need it the most. Thank you.
Mr. Paduk?
Thank you. As they said, I think the one most important word which you provide to most of the people involved in these situations is hope. And that's probably the key issue for all of them, as well as all the help you give them. So congratulations on you and your staff for all the great work that you do.
So on behalf of the Orange County Legislature, let me present you with this proclamation. If you'd like to say a few words, you're more than welcome to. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the chair legislator, to all of the legislators, as well as to everybody in the community. I want to thank several legislators that came out and saw the clothesline and the kickoff of October Domestic Violence Awareness on Monday. I also just want to acknowledge that we don't work in a silo. We couldn't do what we do without the support of the community, and in essence, in support of the county and those who serve the county and the community. And even during the most, I think, difficult times for all of us these last 2.5 years, our numbers are up 39% since the start of COVID. And we answered 11,000 crisis calls last year alone. But this county and this community also ensured that we had basic human needs for our shelter during COVID, made sure that we could find toilet paper and hand sanitizer and stay fully operational because we had a shelter with victims and children in it. And so I'm deeply grateful for the amount of leverage that all of you did here to close any of the gaps that all of us were facing in the community during those times. And last but not least, just want to bring to full circle. 8 years ago, we came to you about the thought of building another shelter because unfortunately we turn away 10 times the number of victims than we can actually serve in our shelter. And last year, November 2021, we opened that shelter with 20 additional beds for the community for victims and their children. And we couldn't have done that lift either without all of you at the community, both in the community and those who are serving the community. So thank you to the legislator and thank you to everyone for all of the support that you do so that we can do our work. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. And before I forget, I'd like to recognize someone in the audience who has come back to visit us, former legislator John Vero. John, welcome back. It's good to see you. Okay, we have no public participation for agenda items. As far as I know, no one has signed up for that. So we will proceed. I would like to request the withdrawal of item number 18. It was the request from the Veterans Service Director, Christian Farrell, that this be withdrawn. So if there's no objection, number 18 will be withdrawn. And quite frankly, just so you know, number 19 will cover the issue, and we'll explain why when we get there. Okay, so let's get started if everybody's ready. The reports A, received and filed. B is also received and filed. And we move on to number 1, which will be a voice vote.
Legislators Cheney, Fagione, and co-sponsors Ramos. Resolution allowing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Planning to amend resolution number 133 of 2020 to add job access and reverse commute program to the CARES Act grant.
Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move on to number 2.
Legislators DeGanga, Cheney, and co-sponsors Fagione and Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Planning to accept and appropriate grant funds from the U.S. Department of Defense, the Military Installation Resilience Grant pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
This also is a voice vote. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 3, please, which is also a voice vote.
Legislators Fagione, Hines, co-sponsors Ramos and Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Board of Elections to accept and appropriate funds from the state of New York for the absentee ballot prepaid postage grant program pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments on number 3? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 4A is received and filed, and then number 4.
Legislators Benton, Menuda, Fagion, Stiganga. Local law introductory number 7 of 2022. A local law amending local law number 8 of 1972, fixing the compensation for the commissioners of elections as last amended by local law 1 of 2022 pursuant to New York State election law, section 3-208.
Second.
Okay, this should be noted that this is a 4-year projection in this local law for this compensation of the Commissioner of Elections. Any questions or comments? All right, then we're going to call the roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 18 ayes.
5A is received and filed, and we move on to number 5.
Legislators Benton, Menuda, Fagion, and Hines. Local law introductory number 8 of 2022. A local law amending local law number 11 of 2018 and fixing the compensation for the sheriff of Orange County pursuant to section 201 of the New York State County Law.
Second.
Here again, I would just like to note that this is a 4-year projection for the Sheriff of Orange County compensation. Questions or comments? All right, then please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli? 18 ayes, 1 no.
Number 6, please.
Legislators Brescia, Menuda, Hines, and co-sponsors Fagion. An act amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create recording and index clerk trainee and reallocate various positions at the Orange County Clerk's Office pursuant to Section 2.02I of the Orange County Charter.
Questions or comments? And we'll do a roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Riskevich? Sassy? Oh, excuse me, I missed Ramos. Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli? 19 ayes.
Okay, number 7, please.
Legislators Menuda, Benton, and Hines. Co-sponsors Fagion. An act amending the appropriate Orange County employment schedules to create fiscal manager at the Orange County Office of Assigned Counsel pursuant to Section 2.02I of the Orange County Charter.
Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli? 19 ayes.
All right, number 8, please.
Legislators Sassy, Stiganga, Benton, and Hines, co-sponsors Fagion and Tortel. Amending bond resolution dated October 6, 2022, amending the bond resolution adopted April 5, 2019, in relation to the replacement of the roof at the Orange County Jail at the estimated cost of $7,815,000.
Questions or comments? Minority Leader
Yeah,
Paduk.
thank you, Madam Chair. Just a question in regards to the way it's stated. It says replacement of the roof. This is really a coating on the roof. They're not really replacing unless there's some damaged areas that they have to pick up. So I don't know if that matters or not, but
I think, especially since this is a bond resolution, we get that language from bond counsel, so I don't know if Counsel Abraham wants to elaborate further.
It is language that's issued by the bond counsel. If you notice, the original bond resolution also uses that same language. So it's just amending the amount in there. So I presume that that's why that language is the way it is.
I had a question. That's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Legislator Benton.
Thank you. I believe could possibly also be because there are some wet spots in some places that need to have material, part of the roof removed and replace those wet spots as well.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate the information. Anything else? Okay, then we're going to do roll call on number 8.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, we move on to number 9, please.
Legislators Paduk, Tui, Benton, and Cheney. Co-sponsors, all Republicans, and Legislator Tortel. Amending bond resolution dated October 6, 2022, amending the bond resolution adopted August 4, 2022, in relation to the restroom replacement at Thomasville Memorial Park at the estimated cost of $150,000.
Second.
Okay, questions or comments? This is a bond resolution, so it would be a 2/3 vote. All right, let's call the roll call.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
All right, number 10, and this is also a 2/3 vote because of its being a bond resolution.
Legislators Tui, Menuda, Benton, and Tortel. Co-sponsors Fagion. Bond resolution dated October 6, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing motor equipment replacement, stating the estimated total cost thereof is $130,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $130,000 bonds of the county to finance said appropriation.
Second.
Questions or comments? All right, then let's call the roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 11, please.
Legislators Ramos, Brescia, and Benton, co-sponsors Fagion. Bond resolution dated October 6, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the preparation of surveys, preliminary and detailed plans, specifications, and estimates necessary for the replacement of the county-owned Holestown Road Cromline Creek Bridge in the town of Blooming Grove, stating the estimated cost thereof is $637,500, appropriating said amount therefore, including $605,625 expected to be received from the United States of America, and authorizing the issuance of $31,875 bonds of the county to finance the balance of said appropriation.
Second.
Okay, it should be noted again, this is a bond resolution requiring a 2/3 vote. Questions or comments? And at this point, I would ask for the roll to be called.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 12, please.
Legislators Benton, Menuda, and Brescia, co-sponsors Fagion. Bond resolution dated October 6, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the preparation of surveys, preliminary and detailed plans, specifications, and estimates necessary for the construction of the Fleet Wash Building in the town of Goshen and Village of Goshen, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $150,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $150,000 bonds of the county to pay the cost thereof.
Second.
Questions or comments? Again, this is a 2/3 vote. Okay. Roll call,
Fagion?
please.
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 13, please.
Legislators Ramos, Menuda, Benton, and O'Donnell. Co-sponsors Fagion. Bond resolution dated October 6, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the construction of roadway safety improvements, stating the estimated total cost thereof is $500,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $500,000 bonds of the county to finance said appropriation.
Second.
Okay, again, 2/3 vote due to bond resolution. Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 14, please.
Legislators Benton and Menuda, co-sponsors Fagion and Ramos. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2022 Orange County budget for the Orange County Department of Parks and Recreation for the water improvement projects at Thomas Bolt Memorial Park pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Okay, it should be noted that this project is going to utilize the funding from the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Questions or comments? All right, please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay. Number 15, please.
Legislators Riskevich, Benton, Cheney, and Paduk. Co-sponsors Fagion. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2022 Orange County budget for the Orange County Department of Public Works for Chrome Line pump station upgrades pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Again, I'd like to note that these pump station upgrades are long overdue, and fortunately enough, it was eligible, and we can fund it or partially fund it through the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. Questions or comments? All right, roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 16, please.
Legislators Menuda, Tui, Benton, and Hines. Co-sponsors all Republican. Legislator Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Public Works Airport to amend Resolution 144 of 2021 to correct the Federal Aviation Administration grant funding.
Second.
Okay, just to be noted, this is very good news. The FAA has now amended the award, and it will be covering 100% of this project. And therefore, that's why you see this resolution before you. And this is a voice vote. Any other questions or comments? So all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried. Number 17.
Legislators Paduk, Brescia, Benton, co-sponsors all Republicans, and Legislator Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Public Works Airport to amend Resolution 143 of 2021 to correct the Federal Aviation Administration grant funding.
Okay, here again, this is the same thing. The FAA has now amended the award and will be covering 100% of the cost of this project. So that's some very good news. Questions or comments? All right, this is a voice vote, so all in favor? I'm sorry, Legislator O'Donnell. You caught me just in time.
There we go. So I think this is the first time that the FAA has given us 100% rather than the normal 95 and 5%. I don't know, that's because we let them use our airport the last couple of times. They flew people from Texas, but it's nice that we got 100% out of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Legislator O'Donnell. Okay, this is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move on to, well, actually, 18 has been withdrawn. So we go on to 19.
Legislators Benton and Anagnostakis, co-sponsors, all Republicans. Bond resolution dated October 6, 2022. Bond resolution of the County of Orange, New York, authorizing the ongoing expansion and necessary equipment acquisition for the Orange County Veterans Memorial Cemetery, stating the estimated maximum cost thereof is $150,000, appropriating said amount therefore, and authorizing the issuance of 150,000 bonds of the county to finance said appropriation.
Second.
Okay, this is a two-thirds vote, and I just want to make sure that I get this right. Number 18, if you look, the one that was withdrawn, it did pass out of Human Services, but it did have the language of maintenance in it, which would not be in accordance with a bond resolution. So that's where you see, that was caught before it went to, I believe, Ways and Means. So it was corrected at Ways and Means. So that's why you see this one before you. So just to hopefully clear up any any confusion there could be. Any questions or comments? All right, roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnostakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, moving on to number 20, please.
Legislators Benton and Paduk. Resolution approving the release of the county's interest in and to a certain deed sale parcel to the previous owner of record pursuant to Section 5, Paragraph B1 of Local Law Number 2 of 2010.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anagnostakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? And Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 21.
Legislators Benton and Tortel, resolution authorizing the private sale and conveyance of certain county-owned lands acquired by reason of a failure to redeem said lands from a tax sale to Orange County pursuant to Section 10184 of the Real Property Tax Law and Orange County Amended Local Law Number 2 of 2010.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anagnostakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? And Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 20 is setting a public hearing, so this will be a voice vote. I'm sorry.
Legislators Benton. Resolution providing for a public hearing on the proposed Orange County budget for the fiscal year 2023, social services district purposes, and upon the assessment rolls for Orange County Sewer District Number 1, Orange County Small Watershed Protection District Number 1 for Cromeline Creek and Beaver Dam Lake District for such fiscal year pursuant to Section 271 and 359 of the county law and Section 4.06 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move on to number 23.
Legislators Benton and Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Real Property Tax Services Office to accept funds from the New York State Department of Transportation for the acquisition of property in the town of Woodbury pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried. Number 24.
Legislators Benton and Tortel. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Real Property Tax Services Office to accept funds from the New York State Department of Transportation for the acquisition of property in the town of Monroe pursuant to Section 99-H of General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
This is a voice vote, but any questions or comments before we do that? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move on to number 25.
Legislators Benton and Anagnestakis, co-sponsors Ellers and Total. Resolution authorizing the county executive to sell a portion of county-owned property in the town of Chester.
Second.
Questions or comments? Please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Emo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 26, please.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga, co-sponsors all Republicans. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Sheriff's Office to accept and appropriate funds from the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for the Police Traffic Services Program pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor? Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move on to number 27.
Legislators Sassy and Stiganga and co-sponsors all Republicans. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Emergency Services E911 Division to accept and appropriate grant funds from the New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services for the statewide interoperable communications grant program pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 28, please.
Legislators Sassy and Ramos, co-sponsors all Republicans. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Emergency Services, Police Services, to accept and appropriate grant funds from the State of New York Governor's Traffic Safety Committee for the Child Passenger Safety Program pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? Okay, this is a voice vote as well, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion is carried, and we move on to number 29.
Legislators Ramos and Menuda. Resolution authorizing the Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Public Works, Environmental Facilities and Services to enter into an agreement with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation in connection with the municipal waste reduction and/or recycling project.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 30, please.
Legislators Brescia and Ramos. Resolution authorizing Orange County Executive on behalf of the Orange County Department of Public Works to submit a petition to the New York State Commissioner of Transportation pursuant to Railroad Law, Section 91.
Second.
Questions or comments? This is a voice vote, so all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Number 31, please.
Legislators O'Donnell and Sassy and co-sponsored legislator Tortel. Resolution confirming the appointment by the county executive to the Orange County Community College Board of Trustees pursuant to Section 19.01 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions, comments? Okay, this is a roll call, so please call the roll.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Emo? Anagnestakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 32, please.
Legislators Brescia, Menuda, Tortel, and Sutherland, co-sponsors, all Republicans, and Legislator Ramos. Resolution confirming the appointment of Dr. Alicia Pointer as Commissioner of the Department of Health for Orange County by the County Executive pursuant to Section 7.02 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? I would just like to comment and welcome Dr. Pointer on board. I had the opportunity to meet with her, and I think she's met with some of our fellow legislators, along with the Chairman of Health and Mental Health, Legislator Tui. I have found her to be the utmost professional And I have high hopes that she will be working very well with all of the individuals, different department heads that she needs to as far as, and also working with all of the legislators. So just wanted to say that and welcome her aboard. I don't know if she's in the audience right now, so. Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 32, please.
Legislators Fagion, Stiganga.
I'm sorry, 33.
Legislators Fagion, Stiganga, Benton, and O'Donnell. Co-sponsors Ramos. Resolution making a supplemental appropriation to the 2022 Orange County budget for the Orange County Clerk's Office for the purchase of a mobile DMV unit pursuant to Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Just to note that this, we will be utilizing the ARPA money again, as far as this project is concerned. And I know County Clerk Kelly Eskew, she was in the audience. I don't know if she's still here or not. That podium is blocking her and her deputy, so I apologize I couldn't see them. But I think this is a great innovative program, and I'm happy to support it, as well as I know most of my colleagues are as well, if not all of you, but we'll find out soon. So this is actually a roll call vote. But before we do that, I believe Majority Leader Fagion has a comment.
Thank you, Chair. I would just like to thank our county clerk for her continued effort to return DMV services to Western Orange County. This is a unique and an honorable way of bringing those services back to Western Orange County. And I encourage all my colleagues to support this. This mobile DMV unit will be in your neighborhoods, in your communities. You can park it in front of your town hall. You can park it and have services right there at your doorstep. So I encourage all of you to support this. And I know that when this thing rolls into Port Jervis, there'll be a lot of happy people there. I know the county clerk and I will be there. We'll be definitely giving each other a high five. So I ask all my colleagues to support this. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Legislator Sassy.
Yes, I agree with Legislator Fagion, and our county clerk is here. There are underserved parts of the county, especially in that Port Jervis, Cuttabackville, Sparrow Bush area there, so I'm glad to see that. As well as in Pine Bush, where Kelly and I are residents in the town of Crawford. It's underserved area. That's a hardship for some people to travel. My only concern is I don't want to see it monopolized by certain communities, that it's there all the time and not roaming throughout the county. I think that would be unfair and unjust. But it's a great idea. Let's use those funds and get that mobile unit out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Legislator Ramos.
Yeah, I just want to commend the county clerk's office for this. I'm very excited to see this come to fruition, and I agree there are underserved areas in our county. And one of the things that I think all of us care about in the legislature is access, and how can we make our county services accessible to folks across the county. So this is great. I'm very excited, and I look forward to seeing not just how we implement it, but how we, as we do implement it, how we can continue improving the services throughout the county.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, roll call, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Paduk?
Yes.
Amo?
Yes.
Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Okay, number 34, which will be a voice vote.
Legislators Sutherland and Tortel and co-sponsors Legislator Ramos. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Health to accept and appropriate grant funds from the New York State Department of Health for the solicitation of interest grants pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried, and we move on to number 35, which will also be a voice vote.
Legislators Sutherland and Tortel, co-sponsors Legislator Ramos. Resolution authorizing the county executive in conjunction with the Orange County Department of Mental Health to accept and appropriate funds from the New York State Office of Mental Health for the treatment supports to nonprofit entities for children and families with significant mental health needs, block grant pursuant to Section 99-H of the General Municipal Law and Section 4.09 of the Orange County Charter.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. We move to number 36.
Legislators Tui, Amo, Sutherland, Ellers, and Tortel, co-sponsors all Republicans and co-sponsors all Democrats. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designated October 2022 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Second.
As I noted at the beginning of session, in regard to the proclamation that was presented to Fearless, we did do that proclamation, but at session, we also did a Domestic Violence Awareness Month resolution. And at this time, I'd like to ask Legislator Tortel to read that resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime that affects victims of all races, religions, ages, education, and income levels. And whereas the crime of domestic violence destroys an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control or abuse. And whereas in 2021, Fearless, Hudson Valley, Inc., FKA Safe Homes of Orange County answered 11,123 hotline calls, sheltered 54 adults and 39 children, provided 3,833 bed nights in its emergency shelter, served 2,458 adult clients and 3,009 children through all agency programs, provided 23,276 advocacy services and 8,443 outreach services. Fearless Advocates provided 21,708 supportive services to individual victims and survivors, creating 5,098 individualized safety plans. Fearless Community Educator provided 62 presentations, reached 656 adults, raised awareness about the dynamics and impact of the intimate partner violence. Fearless Youth Educators provided 101 age-appropriate workshops, reached 1,956 adolescents and teens, raising awareness on abuse versus healthy relationships, physical and online bullying, systems of oppression, and cultural competence. Fearless displayed the Clothesline Project virtually and continued to raise awareness and acknowledge the deaths of women throughout our county at the hands of their intimate partners. And whereas nearly 4 million American women are victims of abuse each year, and nearly half of women murdered in the United States are killed by their intimate partners, and 4 women per day are murdered by their husband, boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend, and 1 in every 15 seconds is assaulted by their intimate partner. Furthermore, since 2004, 29 women were murdered in Orange County as a result of domestic violence. Their names are Amelia King, Suzanne Timoney, Vicky Godnez, Zhao Hang, Marcelina Gonzalez, Griselda Spaniel, Elena Hallberg, Fermina Nunez, Gloria Molina Rivera, Anna Tift, Lulume Stewart Weingart, Florence Benson, Hiari Kojitari, Deborah Nieves, Rami Chicado, Kathleen Connolly, Alexis Harris, Sandra Olivia, Turashel Hunton, Sabine Eichart, Ida Lara, Deanne Mbimbo Leroy, Junko Stalters, Marie Giannoni, Tanya Smith, Stephanie Vanzetta, Jasmine Emanuel, Amanda Pamillo, Deborah Waldinger, and 2 women, Pietra Mohammed and Jessica Lopez, are currently missing and presumed murdered, and Moses Molina, who was murdered by his sister's ex-boyfriend at a custody exchange. And whereas 1 in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence each year, and 90% of these children are eyewitness to this violence, and child abuse is 15 times more likely to occur in families where domestic violence is present, and more than 3 million children nationwide are at risk of exposure to parental violence each year. And whereas the National Crime Survey found that domestic violence has direct bearing on the productivity, effectiveness, absenteeism, and employee turnover in the workplace, and it is estimated that 175,000 days per year are missed from paid work due to domestic violence, would cost an estimated $3 billion per year. And whereas this legislature recognizes that domestic violence is a major community health issue to our citizenry, and whereas Fearless Hudson Valley, Inc. and their Family Justice Center, providing one-stop co-located wraparound services for victims of violence and their children, offer hope and assistance for all members of families torn by domestic violence, as well as prevention and education activities in our community. Now therefore, be it hereby resolved that Orange County Legislature hereby recognizes the invaluable work performed by Fearless Hudson Valley, Inc. for the prevention of domestic violence and designates October 2022 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Thank you, Legislator Tortel. Any questions or comments? And I'd ask the roll to be called, please.
Fagion?
Yes.
Duke?
Yes.
Amo? Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Thank you. Number 37.
Legislators Tui, Amos, Sutherland, Ellers, Tortel, co-sponsors all Republicans and all Democrats. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2022 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Second.
At this time, I'd ask Janet Sutherland, legislator, to please read this particular resolution.
Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 2022 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas National Breast Cancer Awareness Month was founded in 1985 and was intended to increase global awareness of breast cancer issues, educate people about methods of prevention and early detection, and to raise money to support research. It has evolved into a collaboration of national public service organizations, professional medical associations, and government agencies working together to promote breast cancer awareness, share information about the disease, and provide greater access to services. And whereas an important part of raising awareness involves the importance of screening and detecting cancer in its early stages so that treatment can occur, increasing survival rates and healing while also decreasing suffering. And whereas the American Cancer Society estimates that during 2022 in the United States, 287,850 new cases of invasive breast cancer will be diagnosed in women. An estimated 2,750 men will be diagnosed with invasive breast cancer, and 43,250 women will die from the disease. And whereas researchers, scientists, numerous nonprofit organizations, and breast cancer survivors are dedicated to discovering the cure for breast cancer. During the month of October, we acknowledge the extraordinary commitment and effort invested in this cause and support those who are working towards a cure. And whereas we recognize the breast cancer survivors among us, honor their faith and their courage. According to a report by the American Cancer Society, in collaboration with the National Cancer Institute, there are an estimated 16.9 million cancer survivors alive in the United States today, and that number will grow to more than 22.1 million by 2030, which gives us hope for a better future for those affected by breast cancer. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Orange County Legislature designates October 2022 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month for Orange County, and conveys these sentiments to every citizen of Orange County, that all might promote early detection and continued research into the causes and cure of breast cancer. Dated October 6th, 2022.
Thank you, Legislator Sutherland. Any further comments?
If
Roll
I
call. Yes,
may.
please feel free.
If I may. Thank you, Chairwoman Bonelli, for allowing me for the second year in a row to read this resolution declaring October as Breast Cancer Awareness Month. On October 31st, 2020, I never imagined I would be one of the 1 in 8 women diagnosed with invasive ductal breast cancer that year, but I was. And I give thanks each and every day for the opportunity to be here and share my story. Over the past 2 weeks, I've had a friend reach out to me to share that his wife was just diagnosed with invasive ductal breast cancer. She recently just received her diagnosis, and he asked me to pray. I also had a constituent reach out to share that she too had recently been diagnosed, and she just wanted to talk, to vent, and to share all that she was feeling at the moment, and I was beyond honored that she thought that she could reach out to me. Both of these women caught their cancer early because they went for their annual mammogram and ultrasound. So please, please, ladies, get your exams done. Don't put off tomorrow what you need to do today. And gentlemen, if you have any woman in your life that is making excuses as to why she hasn't had her girls checked yet, put her in the car and take her to the doctor yourself, because early detection is key. And as I said last year, if there's anyone listening that hasn't gone, is afraid to go, or just receive a diagnosis, please reach out. Thank you.
Thank you again, Legislator Sutherland. Any other comments? Roll call, please.
Fagion? Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes.
Number 38, please.
Legislators Tui, Amos, Sutherland, Ellers, and Tortel. Co-sponsors, all Republicans and all Democrats. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature designating October 15, 2022 as White Cane Awareness Day.
Second.
Okay. This particular resolution passed out of the Health and Mental Health Committee. And at this time, I would ask the Chairman of the Health and Mental Health Committee, Legislator Tui, to please read this resolution.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Resolution of the Orange County Legislature recognizing October 15th, 2022 as White Cane Awareness Day. Whereas in 1921, James Biggs, a photographer from Bristol, England, became blind following an accident. He painted his walking stick white to be more visible while navigating the traffic in his community. And whereas to make the American people more fully aware of the meaning of the white cane and of the need for motorists to exercise special care for the blind person who carries it, on October 6, 1964, the United States Congress approved a resolution authorizing the President of the United States to annually issue a proclamation designating October 15th as National White Cane Awareness Day. Whereas white cane laws are on the books of every state in the United States and many other countries, providing blind persons a legal status in traffic. The white cane now universally acknowledges that the bearer is blind.
New York State Vehicle and Traffic Law provides every driver of a vehicle approaching an intersection or crosswalk shall yield the right of way to a pedestrian crossing or attempting to cross the roadway when such pedestrian is accompanied by a guard dog or using a cane, which is metallic or white in color or white with a red tip. Whereas many people who reside in Orange County are blind and or visually impaired, they strive for their own independence and the opportunity to participate in public activities. We recognize their accomplishments and the significance of the white cane and federal and state laws that protect their rights. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that we, the Orange County Legislature, hereby recognize October 15th, 2022 as White Cane Awareness Day and convey these sentiments to every citizen of Orange County so that all might acknowledge the rights of the blind and or visually impaired and abide by the white cane safety laws. Dated October 6, 2022. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Legislator Tui. Any further comments on this? Actually, before we call the roll on this, I would just like to thank all of you for indulging us to read these past three resolutions that came out of committee. We take our community efforts very, very seriously. And if we can, and in any small way, create awareness to the various different things and different either health issues or community issues that are going on, we want to be able to do that. And that's why we take time to pause to read these resolutions. So it may be a little lengthy, but I think it's well said and I think it's well deserved. So thank you for that. Any comments? So roll call, please, on this one.
Fagion? Paduk?
Yes.
Amo? Anastakis? Benton? Brescia? Cheney? Ellers? Hines? Menuda? O'Donnell? Ramos? Riskevich? Sassy? Stiganga? Sutherland? Tortel? Tui? Benelli. 19 ayes, and the desk is clear, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I do believe we do have one speaker that has signed up to speak, and her name is Angeline Hayward. Angeline, are you here? Oh, there you are. You're going to need to put on the other microphone at the podium if you don't mind. There you go. Red means on,
Red is on.
interestingly enough.
Thank you. I'm Angeline Hayward. I am a resident of Orange County as well as an employee of Orange County at Valley View Nursing Home and Rehab. I want to come to you this afternoon to speak to you about hazard pay or the lack thereof. 3 minutes, okay. During the COVID outbreak, before anyone knew what to do or what this even really was, we were there, the employees of Valley View. We were taking care of your mothers, your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents, as we always do, under dire circumstances. 16-hour days, some in full isolation garb, sweating, away from our families, risking our health, our family's health, while we were doing this. We were trying to comfort the grieving family members who weren't allowed to come in to visit their family members. Many, I'm sure you all are aware, who passed. We lost many of our residents to COVID without their family members there to say goodbye. Myself, I took one phone call because we had FaceTime calls in order for them to visit with their family members. And a lot of these FaceTime calls were to say goodbye. I myself had one phone call from a woman who was just crying, bawling on the phone to me that her husband was there and he was actively dying. And she just kept saying how he was the love of her life for 55 years and she couldn't come there to see him. And I had no words for her, nothing to say to comfort her. I couldn't even think of what to say. And though that was her grief and her pain, myself and my coworkers, we were also grieving. These had been residents that we'd taken care of, many of them for years. And it's end of life care. So we expect this, but not the way this happened, not like this. But we were there, all of us. We didn't have the option to work from home. We were frontline essential workers. We had a caravan at one time of the county executive and many people from the community come by and clap and call us heroes and say what an amazing job we were doing. And we were very proud. But we were there. We had times where we had to stay away from our own families. I myself contracted COVID twice. I spent Thanksgiving in a room alone, my teenage daughter in the other room alone on Thanksgiving when we should be with our families. A lot of the family members thanked us at one point, and some of those thanks seemed to turn to frustration. They couldn't get in to visit. They felt we were causing their parents or grandparents to become COVID positive. They took to social media to condemn us. All of that causes so much trauma on us that you would not believe. But we were still there. We stayed there during this whole time. Countless departments, not just nursing, the kitchen, dietary, the building service workers or janitors, social workers. We didn't have the option to work from home. We were there.
Angeline, could you please conclude? your
Yes,
comment?
so many employees. I wanted to look into your faces because I just don't believe that you just aren't, maybe you don't remember or maybe you don't know what we went through and what we did and the trauma and that is left for us. So I needed to say it out loud to you. I needed to say it out loud and know that what your response would be.
Thank you, Angeline.
Just one more thing.
Please.
Walmart
I've been very
received hazard
generous
pay.
with the time.
Home Depot received hazard pay. CVS, even PepsiCo, where they literally make potato chips, received hazard pay. There's hazard pay and available in so many of the grants, the CARES Act, so many of the reserves that Valley View has. It's there. I don't understand who's failed us. I'm not sure if it's Mr. Newhouse, if it's our union, but we're just wondering what's happened to the hazard pay for the employees of Valley View.
I understand, and thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Okay, so at this point, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor? Thank you all and have a wonderful afternoon.